Hello YouTube! Guardian here from Capital Gear Gaming. Bit odd. I actually don't seem to have a game open. Oh, right. Silly me. We're not playing a game. No. I figured on my spare time, when I'm not in the mood to be playing a game, I would actually do something else for you. For those of you that don't know who I am, I normally do Let's Plays, so you can check those out too if you'd like to. At any rate, let's get started on what's hand here. I'm going to be doing tutorials for Java. Most of you don't know, but I'm actually a programmer, and I've probably used Java for 2.5 to close to maybe 3 years. So I'm actually pretty damn skilled at using Java. Hopefully my graphics card doesn't freak out. Nah, it seems fine. Yeah, it seems fine. It shouldn't hopefully freak out while I'm playing. Or recording, sorry. I'm so used to doing Let's Plays. I haven't done tutorials in a very long time. But I've decided to start in Java. Now this is tutorial lesson 1. This is going to cover the utter basics of programming. Like, we're not even actually going to get started to programming. This is theory. So if you're extremely bored by theory and you think you can handle it, just skip along. Otherwise, just tag along and we'll get through this. I suggest that you stay along because I will tell you how to install Java and how to actually start it up as well. But first off, we are going to start with some theory. So real quick, let's switch on over to this. Just ignore that. Let's hide that real quick. Even though it doesn't matter, you've already seen it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Evil bastards. Right. So, Java, a particular thing about Java that makes it fairly unique is that it is OOP. OOP stands for Object-Oriented Programming. This is the third tier of programming. There are 3 tiers. The first tier is basic. Basic programming is... the best way to put it is first line. Ooh. Yeah, that's an A. First line, second line. That's it. Like, so it's very basic. It's just kind of from top to bottom. The second tier, I believe, is called procedural. I can't quite remember myself, but essentially what that is it allows you to bring in voids, and voids are a way to kind of jump around the place, and you'll see what I mean by that later. And then there's object-oriented programming. Now, forget about orientated programming. That's just telling you it's like Java. What we're going to focus on is this word right here, object. Object is the uniqueness of Java. Object is, in a sense, a pre-made piece of code. So this pre-made code can be brought into your program that you can use. So a good example is a random. So we could import an object that is a random and then use that random to create a random integer, or a random number, in other words. Say from whatever to whatever, so 1 to 100. I'm not going to delve too much into that because that's a little later on, and we'll actually start dealing with that, and it'll make more sense. Don't worry, you'll get it. And then we come to this. Why not C++? Okay, C++. There's huge debates over which is better, which is more efficient, which is, just better in general. Neither. You have to understand that Java and C++ are different languages. And not only that, they're actually different tiers. C++ here is not an object-oriented form of programming. C++ is actually procedural. That doesn't make it any inferior, doesn't make it any worse, Doesn't make it better. But C++ and Java are used for completely different things. For example, C++ can be used to code games, websites, lots of stuff like that. Java is used for actual programs. It can be used for a huge variety of things. We'll get to that as well. But C++ here is primarily considered executable based, which means when this happens, this triggers. So C++ is really based off of this word, triggers. So trigger events is what lots of people like to call them in games. That's part of the C++ coding. So when you do this, something triggers. Java is not that. Java works completely differently. So you cannot say why not C++. Yes, C++ can do a lot what Java can do, but so can Java. Believe it or not, over 80% of the Unreal Engine is actually developed by Java. Believe it or not. It surprised me when I found that out. And as you can see, it's still a good engine. It's a very good engine, actually. It's one of the best engines out there. But like I said, there's huge differences between the code. For example, to do an action in C++ would take you 2 lines of code. To do an action in Java, like 5 lines of code. But to create something, like a frame, or a panel, or a button in C++, can take pages of code. It can take a lot of code sometimes. In Java, only a few lines. So they have advantages and they have cons. So don't think that one is better than the other. If you want to learn C++, you're more than welcome to. If you have Steam, you can get things like Source Filmmaker, or if you have a Source game, you can actually build and design maps and mods, and that's all C++. And you can learn C++ online somewhere else. I'm not teaching that here, sorry. I prefer Java, and I've had lots of fun with Java. At any rate, let's actually get into some other important stuff. Where do we begin, right? Well, first off, we need Java. So I'm going to show you how to get Java. Real basic. These links shall be in the description. In fact, give me a second here. Where is it? There it is. I'm just gonna put these links down real quick, just so you guys can get them right away, just as I upload them. Right. So what you need is Java JDK. Particularly this one will work best. It doesn't really matter as long as you have a JDK, which stands for Java Development Kit. And then you need Eclipse. Eclipse IDE. You can download it here by the looks of it. Download it for whatever operating system you have. Windows. Here I'm using Windows 7, in case you haven't been able to tell. And that's about it. So we've covered the real basics, the utter basics, some basic theory that you didn't really need to know, but it's kind of helpful to understand why you're doing Java. And aside from that, hopefully you guys will get Eclipse up and running. I will show you what to do the second it opens up. Hopefully you guys tune in to the next video, which should be up, well, right now, because I'm actually going to record it right out. Never mind. Anyways, Oh, sorry for that sound. That was actually my headset turning off because I forgot I had it on. It's a wireless headset, so it just automatically turns off after a while. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. This was a quick one, I know, easy, simple, just to cover the real basics so people know where to start, so they actually have Eclipse, because I've seen tutorials online where they just open up Eclipse and it's like, where'd you get it? So here's my tutorial showing you how to get it, a little bit of theory, and that's about it. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Please do tune in for more.